Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door. Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for a quick reading. This is going to be a message from the angels for this Soul Searching Sundays. I hope you're having a super day, and if you're not having such a great day, I am sending prayers up for you. Hopefully the energy dissipates as the day continues. This is going to be a reading for the week of the 11th of October. Just giving you some insights into the angelic guidance for how to navigate through the energies this week. This is going to be a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate, guys, do just let it dissipate, okay? But if it does resonate, be sure to comment down below. Let me know in what way it's resonated with you, and also be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That way, I know that you're appreciating the content, and if you like my vibe, be sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you join the tribe, and we can go through the process of class together, right, guys? So, as we kind of get into it, I'm going to ask you, as per usual, just dig down into your heart space to have a look and identify what your question is. So whatever your question is, I'm going to be pulling some cards for you and seeing what the angels have as far as guidance for you on how to navigate through the energies of whatever challenge, situation, or circumstances you may be navigating through right now, and help you to see how you could potentially overcome this and get to the next part of the journey, where this part is just a natural course along your testimony. Okay, my love? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into all of this awesomeness. Stay tuned, guys. All right, my love, so let's go ahead and have a look. Hopefully you would have asked your question to your angels. There's something that is on your heart at the minute that you're trying to really put out there and get some clarity from the universe, from God, from your guides, and I'm here to help you get some clarity, potentially, and see what your guidance is for this week. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So what is the overall guidance for my fellow L.I.F.E Warriors navigating through the energies of the week of the 11th of October? So us as a collective, but you personally, okay? You've gone through this journey of letting go, maybe having to let go of your control over certain situations, letting God take the wheel when it comes to certain communication that needs to happen. You may be waiting for some sort of communication that is going to change the narrative in terms of how you're seeing or perceiving the situation that you're navigating through right now. And you've kind of gotten to a place where you've just let go of whatever attachments you kind of had to an actual outcome that you want. You're letting go, almost, or have let go of the outcome that you wanted initially. And as you're navigating through the process right now, there are changes taking place. They're big changes. They may be happy in ways, but it's a bittersweet moment for some of us. As these changes are taking place, there are people, places, and things that have been a natural sacrifice to getting to the timeline of where you are now. And though these changes are taking place, and it's a wonderful moment and it's a wonderful, joyous experience, there has been a lot of compromises that had to be made. So it's not exactly in the way that you had hoped that it would be. Maybe you're seeking more free time and there's a situation that has brought that to surface for you, but it comes with its own compromises. Or maybe you're in a place where you've been seeking clarity about something for a long time, and you received a little bit of information that gave you some sort of insight, but it wasn't necessarily the kind of answer that you wanted to the situation. And you're happy with the changes, but at the same time, there's still a pondering on, well, why wasn't it possible for it to happen in the way that I envisaged it, type thing. But moving forward, you just have to trust that whatever's unfolding for you now, this is the absolute best way for you to actually align to that timeline. And just because it isn't necessarily taking place right now doesn't mean that it won't happen. It's a process, and you have to alchemize your energy. You have to elevate your vibration to be able to really sit into the timeline that you want. So the vision that God has given you, the vision that's been placed upon your heart, that is there for a reason, that in essence has its own purpose. It's a journey for you to get there. That is ultimately the destination. This is where you are as far as point A, and that is where you're trying to get to. And there's a whole journey that needs to unfold for it to, I guess, manifest in that way. So it's really about the action that you take moving forward. What is the overall guidance for the collective, my fellow L.I.F.E Warriors, as we navigate through the week of the 11th of October? Take action, guys. That is the overall guidance. Take action. The health of the situation is improving, even though it may not necessarily feel that way. You may be going through a mental rejuvenation. For some of us, we're going through an emotional overhaul at the minute, and emotions, feelings become conscious in the mind. It's the process of energy becoming motive in motion, essentially. The feelings become conscious in our mind, and we have to decide what thoughts we want to take action on, and what thoughts we may still have our own hang-ups, we may still have our own fears, we may still have certain traumas that are manifesting as resistant blockages to certain timelines that we're trying to manifest. Nonetheless, the angels are saying that the situation is improving, and you're improving your mental health and you're improving your emotional health, which will give you further clarity on how to properly adjust to the timeline that you hope for, how to properly quantum leap onto that timeline that you desire on your heart. It really is a case of listening to your intuition over the course of the next few weeks. There is something better for you in terms of your recovery period. So for some of us, I'm seeing 3 to 4 weeks for some. And for others, I'm seeing 5 to 7 weeks as far as the recovery period, where you'll be able to feel as though you're in a more accepting place as far as the changes that are taking place. As you ask your angels, there may be certain situations that you might be backed into a corner where it feels like the universe is saying no, for good reason, because there are certain things that you don't need to consider or reconsider even. The universe is saying, if you want this, you can have it. It's up to you whether or not you believe enough for you to be able to open a portal into creating a gravitational pull to that timeline. There will be opportunities, astrologically speaking, seeing as the outer planets are now back on their direct transit. We do have a lot of changes taking place in the next few weeks as well. Mercury is going to be going direct soon enough. So just trust the process and continue to look for signs in terms of your romantic relationships, because love is very much an interconnected experience. And when we think about romance, it's about learning how to engage in the dance of leadership and submission. So we have to know when to be assertive and when to choose the direction of submission as well. And if we're willing to be susceptible to what the universe has in store, then we can become ready, because we are limitless beings creating these realities. However, our human experiences have shaped and molded our psyche and our emotional patterns in ways whereby we may be creating these limitations based on certain subconscious programming, certain traumas that we haven't necessarily addressed as adults. We haven't necessarily processed the density of those vibrations within our gravitational field. So the compromise that we have to make at the minute is the timing. Even though we want things to kind of show up and we want the changes to take place right now, know that the big happy changes are taking place. It's in the process of taking place. And even though you're navigating through and have navigated through a lot of unlikely circumstances where the stars hadn't necessarily aligned for the kind of outcome that you want, you will be successful with what you're actually trying to bring into manifestation. Your challenge, should you choose to accept, is learning how to forgive yourself for the worries that you carry, learning how to embrace the concerns and understand that they're a necessary aspect of your human's experience, and your human is simply interpreting to you some of the variables that it may be resistant to as far as the timelines that you have in mind and how you see them cultivating and manifesting as a result. So be open to connecting to your physical body in ways that you haven't necessarily done in some time. For whatever reason that is, in the next, I want to say, up to the next 2 to 2.5 weeks, you'll be able to start to see your network come together. There may be new people that may be coming into your orbit. You may start to see certain patterns of their gravitational pull into your orbit as this week kind of unfolds and develops. For some, I'm hearing midweek towards the end of the week. For others, I'm hearing literally as soon as Monday or Tuesday. So be patient. There's a turning point happening right now. The communication is imperative as far as how certain things are being communicated, and it's up to you to really be selective and know when to let go. Know when to be still, when to be quiet, when to be receptive and in the vibration of listening, putting your listening cap on in here, because sometimes the ears can hear, but I find that the heart is where we really and truly listen. So open your heart to be receptive to the songs maybe that others may be singing as well, because we're all going through this collectively. So others may be in their own process of reconnecting to themselves as well, and they're simply updating you on their new programming, their new downloads that they've been receiving, and they're just uploading that out there into the physical realms via yourself. So don't stop doing what you're doing, but just be open to getting more information. Continue to do research on certain things that you're trying to manifest. It may be intrinsic research where you're doing a lot of internal work, identifying some of the emotional patent that needs to be updated in terms of your genetic genome, or the psychological experiences that you may still be having on a loop. There's divine timing at play with the situation. So you're in the improvement stage at the minute as far as your recovery period. And the answer is to ask for help when you need it, and be willing to wait and be patient with the process as it unfolds. Remain positive as you navigate through the situation, because there is a peaceful resolution, and you're only going to find that in the vibration of your positivity. Now isn't necessarily the right time, as the guys have been saying for a while. Now isn't necessarily the right time for the entirety of what it is that we want, but we're taking things in stages, and this is a very crucial stage that we're in, so let's not take it for granted. Let's continue to manifest towards the reality that we are hoping to cultivate as individuals, as collective consciousness, and let's continue to do it in the vibration of love and gratitude. Okay, my loves? Continue to take action towards whatever it is that you're asking God to bless you with, because He supports you. The universe is saying yes to you. It's not the right time for you to hit go just yet, but it is time for you to take action. And as you move towards it, the door and the path will continue to open for you. Okay, my loves? I hope that was useful for you guys. I hope that this week actually allows for us to find some openings. I hope that you guys are able to be receptive of the openings and not block your blessings by being resistant to things being perfect, because perfection is subjective, and what is perfect for one may not be perfect for the other. So the universe works with the best probability. Okay, so that's finding the middle balance between perfection for everyone involved. So it can be quite a tricky process to navigate through, especially when the ego gets involved, because the ego is very much an I-containing being. It's all about the I with the ego. But within that, the beautiful thing about it is that this week will help us to expand upon that vision and allow for us to potentially open ourselves to the natural evolution process that's already at play here, my loves. But that's pretty much everything from me, beautiful people. I'm gonna love you guys and leave it there for you guys. If you guys did like the video and you found it useful, definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, that way I know that you guys are appreciating the effort and the time that I'm putting in trying to get some clarity and vision for you, because you may have been procrastinating on a thought for a minute by the sounds of it. For some of us it may be a few lifetimes, but the answer this week is to take action. So I send you so much strength to be able to manifest whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. And I'm sending you so much love to be able to activate your spirit of courage as you navigate through this week, my loves. Be sure to subscribe if you like my vibe, guys. I'd love to have you join the tribe. And absolutely be sure to tune in and hit the notification bell. That way you can be kept in the know when I do upload these awesome videos for you guys. Okay, beautiful people. On that note, I am going to see you guys in the next video. Until then, my loves. Mwah. Namaste. God bless. Take care, guys.
They said to hold her back, they never seem to leave her head and tend to keep her mind at war.